Hello and welcome back to Panzer Core 2 for something a little bit different. We are going to play a scenario, a fictional scenario, the biggest I could find, Escape to New York. Quite enjoy almost all of the scenarios I've played. I haven't played all of them in fact, so maybe I should do something about that. So this is fictional, so my normal complaints about thing not feeling very World War II. That's not relevant at all. This is for just for fun. It's in 1947 even on the East Coast. We are going to escape from Baltimore and head for New York while being attacked by Germans and Japanese on all sides with superior equipment. They have superior equipment. We don't. So we have land cruisers, a land cruiser, and it's a little bit silly, but still good fun. It's also the biggest scenario I could find. It's a huge map, lots of units and 65 turns, so let's do it. So advanced options, normally I play with 100% randomness, but for these scenarios, and the max difficulty, but for these scenarios I find that they are usually balanced around the normal difficulty and 50%, because if you get very extreme results, especially early on, things could go a little bit, things could go weirdly. So since it's a scenario, I don't get any commander points, so that takes some getting used to. I played, or at least played the start of the scenario, I should say. I've never actually played it through to the end. I have just loaded it up and tried it. Now we're gonna be a little bit clever and gonna check custom army, because this is a cheesy scenario, so we are also going to cheese it, so to speak. I don't think general does anything in particular get a little bit less prestige, but I think you would could probably make it work with undo or save scumming, but we will have to have fun, and it's already a relatively difficult scenario. So let's hit play. So all is lost, I guess. We are fleeing from Washington to re-establish ourselves in New York, except everything is more or less occupied. We can see the Japanese coming in here, and it's very... So what's special? To win, the win condition is to capture this X. It's like those Spanish Civil War scenarios where reinforcement waves spawn, so there are enemy units on the table, yes, but they also spawn in spawn zones along the left edge and top edge of the map. You get no starting prestige, no prestige per turn, but you can get prestige from capturing cities, and you not the usual 50 or 100, you get a lot, some 1,000, several thousand, and you also generate experience pretty quickly. So it says very difficulty on the tin, so I suppose it's going to be difficulty then. So we start in the Baltimore area, and after a few turns, a bunch of E02s with nukes land in this area, so we gotta get going. And besides, the victory axis in the top here. But you have several turns, so you don't have to rush. So by liberating, you have both the auxiliary axis and the objective axis. You get prestige, a lot of it. You don't start with any areas you can deploy from, so you have to go a bit east and capture Wilmington. Wilmington has 4 axes with supply on them and 2 airfields. I guess if you can take the time, you can also refit starting units. So that's priority number 1. Get some prestige and get to Wilmington and spawn more units. So this is the top spawn zone, but you can also see another top spawn zone, and you have a spawn zone on the left here. So yeah, Harrisburg. Okay, yeah. Capture the neutral flag for the Landkreuzer. Yeah, what it means is if you drive this Jeep to the white flag, you get a Landkreuzer with 40 strength, not 50. It pops up outside Baltimore. You can just not play with it if you don't like it. There are also some auxiliary, no, not auxiliary, there's a blue faction. They start with some militia units scattered around that AI will kill during the first 2 turns. If you want them gone immediately, if you think it's not hard enough, if you want to get attacked right away, you can just drive the Jeep into the French flag. So for the most part it's clear. It can be cloudy and very rarely will it rain. So we end the briefing. So this is it. And go through the units. But the important part here is to distinguish between these two strength 1 units. They are not really part of their starting force. They immediately die at the start of the game, and the Landkreuzer pops out on top above this airfield that you start with. There are kind of 2 groups of units there. It's this overstrength bunch at the Aberdeen Proving Grounds. You have the Johnson, a very powerful anti-tank gun. The Super Hellcat, a very mid anti-tank gun. And you have the Sheridan and the Longstreet. Well, the Pickett is a light tank, so that one is trash. But this Heavy Sherman and these 2 are pretty good. And this is a very good recon. And this is basically a short-barreled Stug, just for removing entrenchment. I mean, it does have some advantages, but it's I mean, it's not a key unit. These have 0 experience, but they are qualitatively very good equipment, and you gain experience pretty quickly. So it could be an idea to just get these out immediately and start gaining XP with them. And you can actually, they start with no fuel and ammo and surrounded, so you will spend the first turn freeing them, of course. So yeah. Yeah. So that's one group, but your sort of core group start with 4.5 stars, all of them. And the equipment here is a bit mixed. You have 2 airborne, fine. Engineer, fine. You have this heavy inf. Not a fan of heavy inf if you don't have any heroes. Speaking of which, you start with 6 heroes. We'll talk about those a bit later. Infantry, decent. And you have the Jumbo Heavy Sherman, which is pretty good, but has a weak gun and is very slow. And the 76, which has decent enough firepower, but not good enough to really matter, and weak defense. And this is just an old, well, it's an M4 Sherman, so not exactly top of the line. And you have 2 Chaffies and one of these light cars, and you have a Wolverine that's also outdated. Yeah, you all have some artillery. Unfortunately, 105mm. Have this 2 range truck. You have the xylophone. This one is Aberdeen Training Grounds, and you have 2. These are range 2, well, rapid fire for shooting at low flying aircraft. So you don't have very good air cover, and you might think the P-51H and E47N, those are good fighters right now. No, because the Japanese have only jet fighters and sort of futuristic rocket stuff and that sort of thing. And this XP-77, it's very bad. It's very cheap in slots and cost, but it's trash. But we have a setup turn, but we have 0 prestige. So what on earth will we do? Well, that is a very good question. And I don't think there is a right way to do this, but I have some ideas. This is probably not the only way to do it, but it's possible to do it if you take the setup. If you don't, then, well, it's not going to work. The heroes, we have an air cover problem, I would say. So I took off a double attack, but I will give both of these a double attack. This one needs mentioning, yes, it has nuclear weapons aboard, so do protect that guy at all costs. You can't replace that one. And it does not benefit from double attack, so I wouldn't really bother with that. This one, I guess, can have a double attack as well. Good for clearing stuff, or maybe we can discuss that later. But the main idea here is to free up some prestige. And what can we do to free up prestige? We can downgrade some of these units, or we can disband them, but there isn't a lot to go on. So instead we will look at these guys. These cost several thousand prestige. Now, what's special here is these are not auxiliaries. They have different camouflage, but they are part of your core force. But their overstrength does not count against your core slots. It's always been like this. So during setup, if you set up something and with overstrength, it doesn't compute correctly. So basically you get 3 slots. See, this is 6 slots. This is 7. This is 3. This is 8. So this is of course not correct. A 15 strength long street is way more than that. So twice that actually. So yeah. But we are not going to do too much about that. We can just go into the menu here and, well, what would be something that has staying power, that's decently fast, and also frees up a lot of points. Now that would be the Jumbo, because the Jumbo has 26 defense, which is, and very good air defense. I mean, it's not fantastic in terms of firepower, but it's reasonably fast. So, but having 18 or 25 hard attack, it hardly matters when it's for mass, I would say. You need very, very high hard attack for it to really matter. So we can also take down the overstrength, and that alone frees up 1 gazillion points. So we could do this basically for all of them to show you what I mean. This one we don't get too much out of because it's just a lousy light tank anyway. But in doing this we have freed up a ton of points. So that's good. What's less good, I would say, is that we are now kind of weirdly deployed. We have a recon in front here. So I would actually go a little bit further and reorganize this into extra AA, some anti-tank guns, more, well, Jacksons basically, and then some jumbos. And then we can actually take our good stuff and upgrade them into something decent. For instance, we can make all of them into Longstreets, and they have decent speed, good initiative and defense, good close defense, not that important, but they have enough hard attack for it to matter. Suppose we could go for the super heavy as well, or this one, but these are speed 4, that limits us quite a bit more. This one also has more ammo, so why this is so expensive I do not know, but it has a low slot cost, so I think that's why. So using this we could basically transform our veteran troops into, instead of a mixed bunch of fairly irrelevant stuff, we could start with 4 Longstreets, and I think that's not much more interesting setup. That's the tank core. So this I would upgrade. I would just turn it into a jumbo, as it will use some points, but that's fine. This one I would turn into an AA gun. Have to bear with me here. This one I want to make into an anti-tank, and I think the Jackson is a good choice because 30 is enough, and it has, well, not 30, it has 27, and that's, I can't actually read this. The Jackson has 30, and it's decently fast, and it has okay defense. We could go with the Johnson. It's slower, has awesome firepower, but it goes kaput if someone looks at it. So protecting it is kind of, yeah. The super Hellcat isn't so super because, wow, it's very fast, but its attack is so low it doesn't hurt anyone. No. Now, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. Now I should have 3 jumbos and 2 Jacksons. Now these will become, maybe I will have enough prestige. Yeah, I think we'll try that. They are all out of ammo and everything, and so basically we are transforming. We are, I would say, giving up some freebie slots, but I think we have enough for the opportunity to give our starting forces better equipment, and I think that will be very important. For instance, this Wolverine can now be a Jackson and actually matter. I would not switch these between categories because then they lose experience. You can do it. The Wolfhound is quite amazing. It might even try to make it 13 strength. We might have to fiddle around a bit. We have a bit of prestige here, but it's gonna go away pretty quickly. But yeah, you can see this is very good. Now we have 3 Wolfhounds in our core force. We have 3 Jacksons, 1 with experience, 2 without. And these we absolutely need to update into 90 millimeters. Otherwise, we will have big problems protecting our initial group. We still have a bit of prestige left. I'm mostly happy with my forces, I would say. We could adjust the infantry a little bit, maybe go for some rangers. But we also need to look at fighters here because they are trash. Now, if you play this, this is probably your favorite. Its range is not so great. The Era Comet has better defense and all of that, but it lacks ground attack. So if you don't care about ground attack, I would say the Era Comet is better. These two guys, they can either stay fighters but get upgrades, or you could turn one of them into a bomber, or I guess both, but you have to escort this, you have to shoot down enemy bombers. So it's probably better to make one of them a bomber and keep the other one as a fighter. Otherwise you fall into that trap where, yeah. Now, what's the best bomber? That's the Invader. Definitely. It will suffer a little bit from upgrading. You see, we lose a little bit of experience. That can't be helped. But by the way, you get 1.5 star, I think, when you upgrade. Pretty sure about that. No, not doing that. The other one, I think we can make that a P47, and that's cheap. Well, we have to see if we can afford everything. This escort will definitely be an Air Cobra. No, Air Comet, I mean, yeah. Just me talking bullshit. And it's actually very tempting to just go all in. And we can either make this one another Comet, or we can make it. Let's upgrade it first, and then we can more easily compare it to the so it gets more speed, more defense, less attack, and less let's keep them different just for fun. And let's also do something about the camouflage. This one can be that one, this one can be black. This one can look very... What does a fighter look like? Can be pink. No, pink and blue. And this one can be white. Yeah. Now I can tell them apart. And my... very... I just like to be able to look at that table here and see them instantly for what they are. Okay. This one we cannot overstrengthen, so let's not. Enemy does have a few ships, but we don't really have anything we can attack ships with. I mean, I guess you could take a Liberator, but yeah, the problem persists. You can also use the Invader to shoot at planes, so it's not completely helpless, but I would escort it. So this is not a horrible setup, but I think we need ammo here. That hurts my eyes. Yeah, we haven't done anything with artillery yet. Let's see what we can do. Calliope with double attack. That's not horrible. It only has 3 shots, but does have some defense. So let's see what we can accomplish here. We may have to downgrade something. We could take an a 105. Okay, let's do this first and then maybe to... Oh, we only have 40 left. Can save a little bit of money by getting a better truck. I'm not sure why we can do that, but we can. These guys, how much does Rangers cost? Rangers have better close defense, that can be a thing. And better initiative, so clearly we want the Rangers. Oh, okay. These are engineers. Do we need engineers? A little bit uncertain about that. They are pretty good in close terrain, but in this initial part of the game, I don't really think they are very useful. So now we have 200, now 180 points. Okay. We're not doing this because we could do this. It's more defense, enough to matter against infantry and some recons. And it's faster, so. What have I done? Now you cannot take anything off the table here because then you cannot redeploy it. So you have to. Yeah. So the rare one is a M34. Yeah, why not? It has the same range. It can switch, but it's horrible at that. Do we need this guy? Yeah, that's okay. So the invader gets double attack and lightning attack. This one gets double attack, double attack. This one also gets rapid fire. This guy gets low profile. No, the other way around. This one has lower defense but higher attack, so it gets low profile. This one gets nothing, it's just there for escort, and because it has higher defense than the P47, it has slightly less range, but overall. Yeah, I I think this could work. I don't like the camouflage pattern. Green, no. Blue. Red. Blue. Pink. Black for the nuke guy. Are they distinct? Not really. Bright green can be hard to see. Why am I wasting time on this? Ah, okay, whatever. Black. Yeah, now we're talking. Ooh, flames. Ugly, but okay. Yeah, if you want, you can also get rid of the armored train. It's not exactly peak, but yeah, we can keep it as filler. But we have 240 points. Let me just think for a second. Yeah, okay, so we can't upgrade the Rangers because they are in flight. That's fine. And none of these other... Well, we would like to have them over strength, but we clearly don't have the prestige for that. So can we get anything out of the Rangers? This would be 61 points. Oh my god, my OCD. Yeah. This will freak me out, of course. That one strength point won't really save anyone anything, so let's do this instead. Oh, yes, then I can do this. And then even 50, and that makes me very happy indeed. We have 4 Rangers, 2 Airborne. We have these Jumbos that we are going to release. We have... Why does my Longstreet have Prudent? I forgot to take that one off. Okay, so we have some options here. This one has double attack, rapid fire. I mean, Prudent clearly works best on something with a high strength, but... This can defend itself reasonably well. This should always be escorted. this should be able to do some good damage. 13 hard attack twice. Only has 0 stars, but it should gain experience relatively quickly, I think. A good thing we spotted that one. Could do this if I want to, but no. Let's keep it that way. It's fine. One is much more expensive, so we cannot afford that anyway. Yeah, nothing else can be upgraded for the money we have, so this is what we do. I'm just gonna save and then we can start playing. Okay, game saved. I'm not sure. Have you tried playing this scenario before? Did you do this custom setup, or did you just try it with... I have played it. When I played it last, I played it with default units. It's weird, but doable. Oh, deployment. Yeah. So all in all, I think we have a much better starting force here. Yeah. So to free these guys, we of course need to go into this area. Fortunately, we have... oh, I can't. It's too crazy. Let's make it this color instead. Oh, we will go nukes. Take all out, almost all strength, and also half strength on adjacent stuff. So don't drive your recons close to something that you're gonna nuke. Just do this. That's very high ground defense. So that certainly makes things a little easier for us. This is some sort of weirdo aircraft, but we can start by just doing this, jumping down here, and this releases 3,500 experience. So we do not get those back if we lose it and retake it, so it's just at one time, of course. Now it's of course tempting to rebase here, but if you do that and they retake it, these guys can't move. That will be all sorts of annoying, so don't do that. Instead we can take this guy here and we can use him to escort and get rid of that super fighter. This is not so easy unless you if you try doing this with default setup. You will be very sad. I'm just thinking what I want to do here. Yeah. And then we could drive this wolfhound. No, we cannot drive the wolfhound all the way. So let's just take this wolfhound. Might as well. And the long street is reasonably fast, I would say, so this should be an easy overrun. Force march over here. And we could take this other recon as well. Can get a little artillery barrage. I don't... all the other artillery is in the back here except for the train. I think this should be fine. Another easy overrun. Just park it here. I guess there are lots of stuff you could bomb here, but let's just take this one out. And add some more recon. No, not recon, I mean escort. Oh no, maybe not. Let me think about that for a second. May have to cover these guys. One can get here. Where is my train? There you are. Huh. Okay, I can't reach all. The train is quite tanky, so it's fine. I think we'll do that. It's a little bit exposed, but it should be fine. Maximum thingy. Okay, so how far can we move our AA stuff? This one can get all the way here. One can get further than we want. Nah, not that. That's good enough. Yeah, and before we forget, now we take the little guy and then we get the land cruiser. You should do that before it disappears. This is a long street, so I mean, there really is nothing the enemy can do to cause it trouble. These guys can't move at all, so that's fine. Let's take the slow stuff first. Yeah, I just can't fit everything you want. That's fine. We can drive it around there. That works. So one recon. Guess it can hang out there. We have flak coverage. Okay, so now we need to decide, do we really need to escort this one? Yeah, otherwise it would be just very sad. I think that's it. Don't think we have anything else that wants to move. Move. This is the Jackson, so it's protecting everything. So yeah, on forward. Yeah, I guess I could send it around. And I have it on speed, but otherwise it will take forever, so we can just look at the overview here. These here they come. Okay. So it's 1947. Yeah. Good thing we escorted that guy. This one might retreat. Oh, it actually held on. So it took a little damage, but we're fine. Don't think we have lost anything yet. So keeping the flak up and removing enemy aircraft is a pain if you just go with the standard setup. But doing it like this, that works. And like I said, it's a pretty cheesy scenario, so anything goes, really, I would say. There is a German air base down there and a carrier, but like I said, we don't have anything to sink the carrier with, so we have to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, you can see it attacked my Era Comet, but took 9 damage and really couldn't do much against me. Oh, it should be over relatively soon. Yes, good stuff. Yeah, I had to do some other stuff, so but we're back here. I turn 2. So we need to go across the map to the top here. So obviously we have to get across the river. Yeah. Don't have any recon. There is my little recon guy, yeah. So we could start by, I think, trying to get rid of this. I think it says 3 behind there. Yeah, I got an overrun. And we can drive this one around. This is a big range 3 AA gun. It says lightning attack, so it doesn't help against the AA gun itself. So we will nevertheless fly over here. And it says 1, so it will take... Normally I would say it was 0 or 1. I guess it could take 2 as well. No. That makes getting across much easier. There's an anti-tank, a very weak anti-tank sitting in the corner there. That's fine. Let's start. I don't think I have any better need for my bomber. I would like to heal it, but I can do that later. I want to escort it as well. So now that's taken care of. We only have to get rid of 1 strength here, and we have some artillery. We did take some damage here on the paratroopers. That cannot really be avoided if you want to make sure they don't come down and block your stuff again. So they will need a couple of rounds to heal back up, but it's fine. But we need to decide how much... why do we have... Shouldn't we have 3,550 prestige? Did we get 50 prestige from somewhere? We had 50 and then we got 3,500. Or did we get 50 for the flag and 3,500? Not important. So we need to clear these guys out. But my point is, we need to decide if it's worth it to put elite replacement on these guys. And in this case, I think so. But maybe for infantry that we buy later in the game, that we might just not do it. These guys have so high experience already that I think it would be kind of a shame to let them go to waste. Having that extra initiative and accuracy and all of that. You can see they got pretty hammered regardless. So we need to remove all of these weakened units, really. So this one has... pretty good range, so it actually functions as artillery, and it does not have suppressing fire. Always makes 10 shots and 5 when defending. Yeah. Now upgrade bunker killer, single entity. That's kind of hilarious, but in this type of scenario, I don't mind it as much as I otherwise would. This is definitely a viable option. We could go through here with anti-tank, because then we can also set up a perimeter of anti-tank around it. But no, it will run out of movement points, so I don't want to do that. It's the same with this one, so it's fortunate. Yeah, okay, let's do this anyway. And then we can put the AA gun here. That's better. Yeah. But for my other units, we also have to decide. These guys, that's my elite, my good stuff. Definitely use elite replacements. But for like these jumbos, possibly not. It will take a long time for them to, even with the boost in numbers, it will take quite some time. So I'm not sure it's the right thing to do. But it's certainly something we have to consider. I think I will... What's this? Oh, this is Calliope. This one can go up here. Recon can come around. Another tank. The point there is I don't want to expend my good attacks. So for instance, I would like to use Sky for this attack. And we want to do this. My other infantry, the ranger is pretty good. I have one ranger over here. Let's drive this forward. Can't get very far. I could have used it to delete the little guy, but I didn't. Can do this. Did 1 damage. It's fine. No, wait with that. These will heal absolutely. Oh, wait. This one can reach, that's much better. Much better, and then we can go into the town, and suddenly we are at 10,000 prestige. That's not too bad. Because I don't like looking at the Japanese flag. No, we have a wolfhound here. Have these guys. So ideally I want to delete both of these. It's just a recon plane. This is a fighter. This is a strategic bomber. Should rebase it so I can. Let's get rid of this guy. Okay. So 1, 2, and the final one is here. Yeah, why not? And this is my artillery piece. I'll come around the road. And my other artillery. This is a respawn zone. Is there another? No. There are just 2. 1, 2, and this one. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I have not played it enough to know the likelihood of what something spawning when or... Yeah. Where to put my little recon friend? He can't go across the river. That would be very sad. I mean, we could put him here. Well protected. Did I forget anyone? Taken a little bit of damage, but I think it's a pretty decent first 2 turns. And hit the next turn button a bit. I could, in theory, drive this off, but not very smart. Whatever happens elsewhere, it's not so interesting. We are laser focused on our little area. And I went for the tactical bombers. Now this was the one with prudent, so it just gets 17 defense now, which is helpful. Almost. What's happening? I hear shooting, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay. It's nothing to do with me. And the Germans. This is some sort of fantasy Stuka. I'm not sure why. No, it's a Junker 87G. I attack, but it got completely shut down by my AA. This is why you want to do the AA trick, otherwise this gets very... It's hard to move fast enough and keep up your umbrella with just a couple of weak escorts. And those XPs can very easily get shot down. Oh my god, he's hammered my pink fighter. But on the other hand, it's just good that they come out to play. It just makes it easier to hunt them down with my bar. This is, of course, not bar. It's just, yeah, I'm just used to thinking of him as such. Okay, I don't really have any choice. I will go up here and do 2 damage. No, 2 damage to myself. Okay, yeah. This guy needs to heal. This guy wants to go over here. Because Why wouldn't he want to do that? Let's delete that guy, and then we can rebase this bomber up here. We need to rebase everything eventually, so we might as well start. We don't have steamroller yet. We can try to get steamroller. I will just do this. We have to set up the that guy. Yeah, we can't really help it much anyway. This is a little bit exposed if something comes down, but not a problem. It's just a jumbo, so it has good defense, and we can afford to repair it if it becomes important. This guy can go up here, so we can get the artillery in support. Let's get some more units across. And now I can rebase. This will be very useful in cracking open any elite enemy tanks and stuff we come across. Maybe even should have given it the rapid fire hero, I don't know. Can do this if you feel you need more, but I think I will just drive it along the road going east. This is where I have the most use for it. So. But we want to get rid of this guy, and we can do that. Have a recon unit. Rangers, no. That's even better. Taking 1 damage. This is where it's tempting to just keep heading up, because there are some enemy locations up here. That would mean splitting my still relatively small force, and there is nothing for me in this area, so I would have to go all the way up to York and Wrightsville. But you do have Oakwood and Holtwood, both of which are, in my opinion, much easier to take from this side of the river, since it's on that side of the river. So yeah, pretty obvious really. But it's also getting a little bit congested there, so yeah. We will heal and heal. We'll have a look, and it turns out that there are bad guys in the area. So I will drive my bad guy up. Ah, actually can make it all the way across. That's nice. We need some infantry on that side of the river. This one can move very quickly, so... Some AA coverage, and we're mostly done with Baltimore, so... Any nuclear strikes won't trouble us too much. Okay, so we have more baddies. So we actually need to move. All of this has moved. Moved, and you can kind of see where we have to go. We have to go straight to the right, but at the same time we have to clear our flanks. Should secure at least Oakwood, or actually we should secure Oakwood but no further, and then we can set up a blocking position here in Perryville and Oakwood, because if we just completely abandon the area we will have trouble, I think. Because Wilmington is not very defensible, it's just open areas all around, so if we allow enemy waves to just flood across there, I think that will be troublesome. So it's probably better to guard these crossings. And we'll see, we have to see how much. We could fall back further later, but I don't think there are any other deployment axes, so we sort of have to hold on to... Oh, here is also a spawn zone. Yeah, on the right side here. Ooh, I didn't know that. Never noticed that before. No, we don't need to save it. Okay. We are in the process of clearing up everything here. That's the general plan, I would say. Get our forces across the river here, rebase to this airfield. Grab Oakwood, start moving east, guard the flanks, but don't get tempted to go. Besides, there are nothing here to grab, so we will just focus. And also, just try to screen her, but there may be some fun stuff hidden in the fog of war. We'll see what happens. I think that's enough for turn 3. Actually, oh, that came as a surprise, but no worries, that's not a problem. More interesting in these guys if they get activated. I think that was the Discord sound. They are very keen on attacking the Ratte because it's so expensive, so even if they do just a little bit of damage, it will... the AI, that sounds like a plan. This apparently also sounded like a plan. It's a very cheap unit. But actually, this is a good start. We have reorganized forces, we have made a plan, we have started moving, we have gotten across the river, we have a further plan of movement. I think we are in a solid place. A lot can happen. I haven't played through the entire scenario. I have just basically taken this... oh, raining! That was surprising. Very unwelcome. Well, actually kind of welcome, because then I can heal up. I have taken this area and then sort of lost interest. But that was with the basic... that was before I had the ID to sort of swap equipment. We'll see if this is more fun. But my point is, I don't know. We have almost 200 free slots, and we get a bunch more prestige, but will it be enough to sort of keep elite reinforcing my guys? Since I haven't played it through, I don't have that feeling for when I can or cannot spend, if you know what I mean. No, we'll see. But I think that's good for episode 1. Clearly this cannot be one video, so it will be a little serious. So thanks for watching, and see you again next time.